Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have got 3D toppers from our friends at Hearty Crafts. What are 3D toppers? They're adorable little 3 pieces of already die-cut images that let you make these wonderful 3D cards with the use of foam tape. I have so much to show you, great for the holidays, so come play with us. So let's go over these 5 packages, and then with the remaining 4, I'm going to show you some specific cards that I've made. So this one is Christmas letters. It has all these little envelopes, and you can get a better look at each one of these if you go to their product pages, and the links will be down below the video. Don't forget, we have a fantastic money saver on these, right-hand side of your screen. If you're watching us on YouTube, just look below the video for the link that'll take you to this page. So these have all these little envelopes with all these great little pieces of art just kind of bursting out of those. And then we've got Winter Joy. This is sort of a combination of a lot of the ones that we're using today, which is they've got Santas and snowmen and deer, very festive. And then of course, you gotta have some gnomes, which are so on trend now and have been for a few years. Christmas gnomes are adorable. And then we've got some snowmen. We have another snowman collection that I'll be using on a card. And then these wonderful little deer, this one's Deer Forest. And they have sort of these little vignettes and wreaths around them. They're very pretty. Lots of pastels in this one. All right, so the first thing I want to show you is how do these 3D toppers work? So they open up, and then there's 10 packages in each one of these. And what's great is they're all individually packaged and die cut. So you don't have to die cut things or punch out. You don't have to prep things. You don't have to match any of the pieces together. They're already done, which is just such a time saver. And then here's one I'm just going to open up because I've got a card ready for it. And then what you're going to do is layer these with a little bit of foam tape. And we've got a couple of options for that. Put this one right there. So what you're going to do is they've got the 3 pieces, and then usually the smallest one goes on the top of the middle one with some foam tape. And then this one's unusual. It doesn't have one printed, another gnome printed on the door, so you can actually separate this one. You could have the door, and then you could have the gnome anywhere else on your card, which I think is adorable. So let's talk about foam tape. So there are some options. My foam tape, here we go. So we've got a giant roll of foam tape, which we think is the most economical. So it's 150 feet or 50 yards of foam tape. It's about 20 bucks. And then we've also got some foam squares. Here we go. These are already die cut. They're already ready to go. There's 400 foam squares on here. You just peel those off and you can use those. Those work great, especially if you're taking this on the road and traveling somewhere. So let's start with our first card. I'm going to put these together. So this is going to be a 5 by 6.5 inch card, and all of my cards today are going to be using 6 by 6 papers. All right, I really wanted to focus on that, and I'm using for this card Joyful Christmas, which has all these fantastic plaids. This one is great to have year-round because there's only a few of them that have snowflakes, and then the rest are just great for year-round card making, especially in the winter. So I highly recommend this one. So what I did was I cut this one down slightly smaller. As you can see, it's double-sided. And we're going to use a little bit of glue. I also love to edge all my projects with a little bit of brown ink. And this one's Friar Brown, which I forgot to grab. And this fall, it is just my go-to ink pad. So I'll link that down below. It's just such a beautiful, warm ink to use. I'll put that right there. And then I'm going to add nested arches cutting dies and do a few shapes. So this goes just like this with a little mat right there. As you can see, I've already inked the edges here. And then along the bottom edge, I went ahead and added the greeting just for a time saver, but I used Christmas script greeting dazzle stickers. They're script greeting because they have the script here. And then we've also added Christmas tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers in with that, and there should be a red one in here. There it is. And I use this cute little red one for the holly jolly. So let's add, what we're going to do is I'm going to do something a little different than I originally thought. I'm going to mix it up. we're going to glue down. I should mention this is Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue. It's my favorite glue to use. And then I have the strip left over. It's about 1.5 inches wide this way, and it's still 6 inches. I'm just going to take this, I have already inked the edges, and I'm going to glue it across. And how I like to handle that is just put some glue on the edges there and in the center. And that's because when I cut it, now I don't have to worry about having glue on the strip, paper strip, like out here. And little scissors. I forgot my big scissors, so we'll just use these little ones. There we go. And then I'm going to take this piece and put that right there so that we have this nice little border sandwiched in between there. There we go. All right, so now we get to work with these cute little toppers. So this first one, the door, I'm just going to glue down there. I'm sort of keeping that straight right across there so that there's plenty of room for a greeting if you wanted to add that later. And then we've got these last two pieces with the little gnome. And I'm going to use the foam tape like this, and I've already cut it into little strips. It's 1/2 inch wide, but what I did was just cut off a chunk of this end here. And then what's really nice when you're working with these to make your own little pieces is you can just cut it down the middle and then just cut them like that, and you'll have all your pieces ready to go and easy to use. So we're going to go ahead and put a piece here and a piece here, and a piece there, and we'll put 2 on the back for the beard. It doesn't take, you don't have to cover these whole things, it just takes a little bit of foam tape. They're going to be, whoops, one stuck to my finger. They're going to be very secure. We're really just wanting the dimension here. And then we can either put this little guy right in the center, but I kind of love this, to see a little bit of the door. So we're just going to put him a little bit off center, just a little bit. And then if you're into like symmetry and balance and things like that on your card, then the weight of the card is sort of over on this side. Goodness, I'm having foam tape struggles. There we go. Now we're just going to put that right on top. And so now you've got all that nice little dimension there. So back to the weight and balance. So it's a little bit heavier on this side of the card, if you know what I mean. So we've got red ribbon set, and there's adorable little red dot ribbon, and we're going to put that on that side. Okay, and visually that's going to balance out the weight of that card. And if that's not something that bothers you, then you don't have to worry about that. All right. Waiting for that glue to take hold. So you guys, quick and easy, and I don't know, really cute, right? So let's take a look. Another one. We've got one that is so cute using Foggy Forest. This is one of my favorites for winter cards. And for that one, we use these sweet little deer right there. They're so cute, and they come in all these little vignettes. And I wanted to show you with this one, I am once again a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I used the coordinating Foggy Forest 12 by 12 solid cardstock, and then I cut my 6 by 6 paper down just a little bit smaller, and I inked those edges brown. And then I used an X-Acto knife and I cut a little tiny hole right there, and then used some of this twine in a navy blue and threaded it through that hole twice. And then these have little tags right here, and I cut that out, foam taped another tag there, and then I just hole punch that and thread that through. And this is actually stuck down so it's not dangling around. Now for my little deer, I used 2 of the layers, but the top layer, you can separate them and you can put them, one of them inside your card. It's not true on all of the 3D toppers, but a lot of them lend themselves really well to just being separated. So there you go on that one. Then I've got this sweet little house. Isn't that adorable? And for that one, I use, this one is new, Christmas Aglow in 6x6. This is brand new. And for this one, I used one of the 6x6 papers, this sort of green here with some sparklies on it. And I just put about that much on my 5x6.5 inch card. I didn't go all the way down to the 6 inch, just went about that far. And then I took about a 3-inch strip of this paper that's got like this really nice border on that, okay? And then I just tacked it down right here so that I could just slide this little doily right down. And I forgot to grab the doilies, but they come in like a pack of 20 or 25. They're such a great deal, and they work wonderfully with pretty much all of these toppers. These doilies are a really nice sort of landing pad for those, okay? So went ahead and layered all 3 layers of the little house. Gosh, I should show you what these are. There we go. Whoa, that's really blurry. Maybe we can zoom in or zoom out. There we go. Perfect. So took one of these and yeah, just did all the little layers. These come in little ornaments as well. And then I just sort of slid that right down into this. This was almost made like a little pocket. Just slid that down. And then added a little gold thin line dazzle sticker. Actually, I did that before sliding this down. Excuse me. And then used some of the little cutouts right here and foam taped those on there. So once again, a really quick and easy card to do. All right, so let's see. For my last card, I wanted to show you some snowmen. So cute. So for this snowman, we're gonna build a card again. There we go. So we're gonna do a card. This one is 6.5 by 5. I wanna make sure the fold is at the top. And then I'm going to use, these are simply stripes. And what's nice about these, on one side they have like a lot of color in the stripe, and then when you flip it over, the other side of the paper is a lot of white. So for this one, I cut this paper down, okay, and we've got about a 3/4 inch strip here, about 2.5 inches here, and we're going to glue this right here. Got some cutouts in the back. No worries about using the cutouts because there's, oh, that's strange. Oh, you know what I did, you guys? I'm like, these aren't on Simply Stripes. This stripe is from this one. Oh, how funny. And then when I was pulling product, I just thought this was Simply Striped. This is the stripe from Christmas Aglow. So although this one would work with this card as well, I did not use this one. So I'll have to adjust that on my supply list. So this is Christmas Aglow. Oh, that's funny. So I'm gonna glue that right there. And then I used 12 circles and scallops because I want to create sort of a little background going on here. So what I did with that was I took some dark green paper and actually used the solid cardstock from Christmas Aglow 12 by 12 solids. And then this background is also from Christmas Aglow. And then I just tore some white paper and then I die cut that as well with the largest circle. Then this largest circle and scallop is a little too large to fit on this card, so I just cut the bottom edge straight because here's my thought. I'm gonna glue it like that. All right, that's gonna go right here. And then I'm going to take this piece right here. You just wanna make sure that the stripes align on either side, because if you flip it, the stripes will look kind of weird. I noticed that when I was laying it out. And then this is going to go right along the bottom. Okay. And then I wanted to show you that with these little snowmen, I've already assembled these. Okay, you can actually use 2 on a card. Okay, and they can kind of overlap a little bit like this. We're going to go ahead and put some larger pieces of foam tape on these, just because they're covering a little bit of a larger area. So this one, I kind of like the look of the snow person pulling the sled, kind of looking back at this snow person with the presents. And kind of go like this. And then we've got a little cutout greeting here. Merry Christmas. It can go right there, kind of hide that behind one of the trees a little bit. And there you go. Got a cute little scene there. And very simple and easy to put together. So you guys, we've got a great money saver on this collection. Would really encourage you to check that out. It is on the right-hand side of the screen. And I'll put some of these in here as well for our nice little screenshot. So yeah, definitely check out the Money Saver. If you're watching us on YouTube, look below the video in the description box and you're going to see the link that'll take you right over here to the Paper Wishes webisode page. While you're there, give us a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe because we do 4 to 5 of these videos a week and we don't want you to miss a thing. Thanks for joining me today and I'll see you next time.